everybody, this is Sister Omi. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing the new moon in Aries reading for the sign of Virgo. And that's Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. And someone had made a comment to me, so I want to stress, these are general readings. I just focus on the cards. These are not for individual. But if something applies, take that. And what doesn't, leave it. Alright? And with that said, so this is for Virgo, sun, moon, rising. And this is the new moon in Aries. So this new moon is the beginning of a new cycle. It ends the cycle of the Pisces moon. And Aries, the ram, is about moving forward. So Virgo, what do you need to move forward with that, the energy of the ram, to just push forward and move forward in any brand new project? What is it that you want to do? Only you can answer that question. But based on the cards, you know, I always start with the chakra card. And you got the root chakra, your foundation. You think about the root chakra, you think of, you have to stand on your own 2 feet. You got your feet planted firmly on the ground, right? I can't stand that. What do you stand for? I understand. These are things we unconsciously say that are connected with this particular chakra. Now, also, when you think about the root chakra, you think about, you got family. It's balance, holistic health, your abundance, security, stability, your energy, your physical well-being, your material needs. Now, the base chakra represents your primary needs, And what do you need to feel safe? Your primal instincts, stability, and security. That's what is at the center of your core. And if we function in a productive, healthy way, you have healthy boundaries, your prosperity, your financial flow, all this is kind of working for you. Now, if you're into meditation, a good thing you can focus on is a hemite crystal, or a red, let me put it down my finger, a red type crystal. You can use that as a focal point, or the red light, or something red. Use that to focus your energy. Just close your eyes and think of a vibrant red color. Now, some people don't meditate that way. I know some people like to exercise, do yoga, moving meditation. So it's really whatever floats your boat, okay? But pulling this particular card is to let you know the energy of your ancestors is surrounding you. And this is a powerful time. This is a powerful time for healing family wounds, dissolving ancestral karma. Just like some physical issues can be handed down through a family line, so can emotional, mental, and spiritual imbalances. This is like about family karma. Once you identify the root of the issue, you can simply light a candle and have your conversation in your mind with that family member. See yourself handing back the issue to that ancestor. Because family is an integral part of life. We're all born into these little tribes for a reason. And we learn big lessons of unconditional love through the interactions and challenges with family. Now, everyone knows family can be challenging. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your family. So now is the time for some type of resolution. It's a sign that maybe a family member had passed and is with you, guiding you and supporting you from the other side. This is a powerful way to connect to your ancestors, is through the energy of trees. Now you all, especially ones who know about, you know I love the trees. In fact, my tree cards are the first cards I ever had. And I've had those for years. Anyway, sidebar. But nevertheless, so take a moment, sit in nature with your favorite tree and open yourself to hear the whispers of wisdom from your ancestors. And with this particular root chakra, to think about it, like things you could do to stimulate it if you're balanced or out of balance, or if you need some type of awakening, if it's overloaded or anything. But you can heal it by doing exercises that increase your heart rate, like walking, running, dancing. You can do flow yoga, which is a form of meditation, stretching exercises, things like that. And also, you can eat certain foods, which would be like good, healthy proteins, getting proper sleep, eating root vegetables, or just when you go to that park, put your feet on the earth, get your feet on in the dirt, or just do the tree pose or mountain pose. Those are good things to do to stimulate this particular chakra. So this is like family karma, your lineage, and you know what? This doesn't have to be negative. This could be quite positive, you know, because maybe there's something that you need to awaken to, that's going to help you on this particular journey. We're in times now, we have to tap into whatever source that's really going to help us to elevate and evolve to our higher and best selves. So, I've picked 4 cards just for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, at this particular moon period here, because this new moon is, a time to take charge, move forward with gusto, take action, a new action. This is also a good time to reevaluate your relationship with yourself. Aries energy, we have a chance to make important changes in our lives. So Virgo, what changes would you like to make at this particular time? Now we have between now and 2 weeks before the next full moon, and Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, thus this new moon is a especially ripe opportunity for new beginnings. And you got tap into your resources, burdock. Now, burdock is a root. Burdock runs deep into the earth, and once he starts breaking through the soil or shifting habits, this is about shifting some of your habits. Well, I'm just looking at that. You think of home and hearth, and let me fix this here. There's a little glare. Alright, because this is our focus, this root chakra. And burdock is basically a nurturer, building you up with gentle sweetness and asking for nothing in return. Burdock doesn't want anything in return, right? Okay, now this doesn't want to cooperate with me. Alright, so burdock doesn't want anything in return. She just wants to build you up with gentle sweetness. So her root runs deep. Once she sets her sights on breaking up crusty soil or shifting old habits, she is persistently relentless. She's the friend of your childhood, the one you could always count on to have your back. Trust me, she says all is well. And you think about your family, your ancestors. I think about good meals. You see they got the food cooking here. Those are those deep-rooted memories. Tapping into your resources, right? So basically, Burdock wants you to reconnect with your inner flame. Burdock helps you find strength when you think you have none, warming you from the inside and nourishing deeply. It's like home and hearth. She's the fire, that hearth fire that offers gentle heat, warm light, and a promise of a good home-cooked meal. So, to reconnect with your inner flame, know your sustenance by lighting a candle, stare into the flame, and imagine a small spark lighting deep in your core. She's the candle's flame mirrored within as a glowing amber. Breathe gently, letting your inner flame grow with each inhalation and shirk to any ember with each exhalation. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. After you have visualization down, add a sense of warmth. Feel it inwards. Feel the warming of the inhalation and cooling of the exhalation. Practice for a minute at the start and work up to 10 minutes of practice. Know that, like burdock, each breath is nourishing deep within you. Burdock is a root. This is helping you tap into your roots. This is helping you to tap into those memories, those stories, those emotions that maybe you could not explain. Tap into really what makes you tick. We're not always kind to those who love us and nurture us. It's easy to neglect accidentally or cruelly the friend or loved one who's always present and never demanding, who you can count on when you're feeling burnt out and your soul is malnourished. This person is your hearth fire. Once a year, the Celtics would extinguish their individual hearth fires and relight them from a communal fire. Does your hearth fire need to be tended to? This is what makes you feel at home. That fire, that passion. Now this Aries, that ram moving forward. Now Aries is fire. So this is to ignite. I see this more as a nourishing resource. It's like tap into your resources. And when you're tapping into those resources, we're talking about your family lineage. Well, what did your grandmother, what did she cook? What were the lessons? Some of those old sayings, right? Where it's like, you got to keep both your feet on the ground, or these things that made us who we are. And I'm speaking in positively. What are some of those things? Like I think of my grandmother, because I used to love going to her house, especially when she made cakes and stuff, and I would be the one to clean up the bowl. You know, take your finger in there and you get all the cake mixed out the bottom. And then my grandmother would tell me stories, and she was truly a spiritual person. And she's like a benchmark for me. When I think of people, when they talk about their spiritual, their religious, I'm this, I'm that. My grandmother was a benchmark because she radiated that to me. And she made me feel I was always at home. I always wanted to go to her house. I never didn't even want to stay at my own house. I always wanted to go to my Nana's house. This is that fire, that home, that family, that ancestral lineage, that karma. See, not all of it is bad. There's a lot of good things there. And I think about this pot because I love crock pot cooking. I consider myself to be a crock pot queen at this particular point. And that's something I've learned from my family. Those are the good things. So tapping into those resources, and with this root chakra, thinking about my crock pot, get some carrots, some parsnips, some potatoes, and if you eat meat, if not, you get some beans and some tomatoes and throw that stuff in the pot with a little bit of oregano, basil, some thyme. Woo! Honey. Talk about fire. Now something is cooking here, because here we have the 8 of fire, which is ginger. And ginger is a spice that cleans. Ginger is a good for a detox also. But this 8, let's look at the 8 for a minute. The 8 is about roots. The 8 is about tenacity. The 8 is about empowerment. This is about accepting the higher calling from the trees. But now the question is the ability to fulfill your destiny, your family, your lineage. That family karma is calling you to your destiny, Virgo. And this is, you can't walk away. You can, but do you really want to? This is about restoring your self-worth. This is about restoring all these things and trusting your instincts so that you realize you have allies. If they're not on this particular side, they're on the other side. And they're helping you, they're with you, and you are to know that. And what I think is interesting, we think about tapping into your resources. You see this pot is cooking on that open flame. All these herbs are here in the kitchen. You got the fire going, the pot's over here. Girl, honey child, it's time to cook something up. And you got 8 of fire. This 8 of fire is encouraging you to adapt swiftly to unexpected changes. You can handle the heat. Act quickly when inspiration strikes. Something's cooking on every burner when you look at this. And busy in the kitchen, because those are my memories. It's you go to people's houses, like the women are always in the kitchen, but you don't really see them now. They going through the fast food line, but that's a sidebar. But there's always something cooking in the kitchen while they were cooking. They were telling stories and passing culinary secrets down. I know my grandmother taught me how to bake, and my dad taught me how to cook. And you got all the herbs and spices. You see here, there's a tray of onions, there's limes, there's ginger root, all on the stove ready to be used. There's inspiration comes from all directions. Can you handle so many things at once? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And just know that change is happening quickly. Swift action is needed and you may become overwhelmed. But ginger warms the body and fires up your energy. When creative possibilities spin all about, fast, focused moment is key. This is not the time to pause and consider, but instead respond with urgency. Ginger is spicy medicine. But you can handle the heat. Build your resistance or build your resilience and adapt to any unexpected change. Use spicy ginger in your cooking. Or if you don't want to cook with it, make yourself some ginger tea. Or some type of elixir. Use the magic of ginger. Woo! And also, you ever boil ginger? It has such a scent. It's very aromatic. Woo! Maybe that ginger, you think tapping in your resources. You see, everything is cooking here. And that's what I think of family. Always cooking. So, what's cooking, Virgo? There's a memory here that's being triggered. There's something here that you are to remember so that you can move forward. That's how I see this. Or, like it says, like maybe you've been feeling tired. You're just because you've been trying to do so much, hold stuff together. But tap into that memory, because I'm thinking myself, my grandmother, my mother, they were always in the kitchen with something cooking. What's cooking? I think it's beautiful because they're saying whatever's going on, it's saying you can step up to the challenge here. You got this. Family karma. This is a powerful thing. You got some powerful family karma here that's going to help you. Your ancestors are reaching out. The ancestors are reaching out. Now, I pulled a crystal. It's aquamarine. And this is about hope. Aquamarine has been a healing gem associated with the sea. You are intuitive. And so this is really thinking about the food, the memories. It's about tapping into that intuition, those memories, which is a way to discover the benefits of expressing your authenticity. This moon, your authenticity. I think this is so beautiful. You're deeply intuitive, but you need to assess this realistically. Do not be seduced by vivid images, wishful thinking, or spiritual claptrap. Use your imagination to create what is for your highest good and well-being. If you fall into depression, remember that hope shines in the greatest places. If you fall into depression, boil you some ginger, that aromatic to lift you up. There's no reason to lose hope in your heart, since well-being is really a state of mind. So release any self-defeating or old emotional baggage. Listen to your inner guidance, which is really saying listen to your ancestors, because they're with this family, and tap into your resources and all this cooking. I really believe this is all about family and tapping into the strength of those who come before you. And don't watch out for idle gossip. Tie up loose ends before you move forward. Remain emotionally detached. Avoid procrastination. And if there's some type of court case or something, it's going to have a positive outcome. So just stay positive and remember your family. There's no reason to lose hope in your heart, since well-being really is a state of mind. With that hope, if you do meditate, maybe that aquamarine would be good for you to use as a focal point. Aquamarine, that water, that emotion, that intuitive intellect, the intuition of your elders, the intuition of those who have gone on before you. They have messages for you. I still keep going to these pots and these kitchens. Woo! It's a beautiful thing. Now, it also, with this root chakra, it's like go into nature, tap into the trees. And we have the elder tree, and it says, deserved victory can be measured by the obstacles encountered or conquered while attempting to succeed. So your ancestors are saying you are up for the challenge, and you can overcome any obstacles. You can step over them, or you can walk around them. This is about strength in battle. It shows that you will win a battle. Maybe there's been some argument. You know, what's interesting about the elder tree here, gunpowder is made or was made from the elder. Isn't that interesting? Fun fact, right? This also says that you're going to be meeting new people, and some of these people will become good, dear friends. This is basically ensuring you're going to be victorious, Virgo. There's going to be challenges. That's life. But you have a strong family lineage that is supporting you. They are with you. And hey, everybody got something that they don't need to carry into the future. And your ancestors are going to help you to be able to detach from that. Maybe it was good up until this point, but to go forward, now they're going to help you see and release that which you don't need. This is about learning how to rely on yourself and be happy about doing it. This Aries moon, taking your own inventory. This is about a bright discovery of who you are and what you can accomplish, because you can overcome any challenge. Just think about I know myself, I think about my grandma's cooking, my mom's cooking, or you know, those holidays, or everybody in the kitchen telling them stories or giving out those recipes. Well, those recipes were really words of wisdom. Tap into your ancestors, because they are around you. That is your resource. And you got the 8s. And this is about tenacity and empowerment. With that tenacity, empowerment, you know, whatever it is that you hope for, you can accomplish, because you can overcome any obstacle. You can meet the challenge, Virgo. So, with that said, woo, that was a mouthful. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave a comment about this reading, because I would really like to know what you're thinking. So like, share, subscribe, hit that little arrow, give me a thumbs up. This is Sister Omi. Peace.